is human female reproductive system. Today we'll discuss about female reproductive system. In our last class, we have discussed about the male reproductive system, male reproductive parts, different male sex organs, how they function. And in today's class, we'll discuss about the human female reproductive system. In our previous class, in male reproductive system, there are two types of sex organ. Primary sex organ and the secondary sex organ. As we have discussed, in case of male, the primary sex organ are the pair of testes. Similarly, in case of female, the primary sex organ are the pair of ovaries. The primary sex organ has the particular function, that is, they used to produce the female gamete. They used to produce the female gamete, that is, egg or the ovum. And they also produce the female sex hormones. The ovaries is the primary sex organ which is able to produce the ovum and the female sex hormones like estrogen and progesterone. The estrogen and progesterone are the steroid hormones. That means the primary sex organ, as we have discussed in our male reproductive system, the primary sex organ are the pair of testes and they are able to produce the male sex hormone or the androgen, that is testosterone hormone. Similarly, in case of female reproductive system, the primary sex organ are the pair of ovaries. They produce the female gamete, that is egg or the ovum, and they used to produce the sex hormone, that is estrogen and progesterone. Now come to the different types of secondary sex organ or assisted sex organs. Particularly what we have studied in our previous class, the types of sex organ which used to help the primary sex organ are known as the secondary sex organ. That means during the process of reproduction, this secondary sex organ used to help the primary sex organ, that means used to help the ovaries for the reproduction process. So what are the different assisted or secondary sex organ are there? Here the number one, oviduct, or it is otherwise called fallopian tube. Number two, that is the uterus. It is also called womb or the hystera. Next, the third secondary sex organ is the vagina. Fourth is the vagina, and fourth one is the vulva, that is also called external genitalia. And the different glands, sex glands also present over here, which also helps in this system. The number one, Bartholin gland. Number two, glands of Skinny, or it is also called paraurethral gland. This Bartholin gland is also called vestibular gland. And the last one is the mammary gland. So these are the different sex organs, both primary and secondary sex organ found in case of female reproductive system. Now students, you have to know what is the function of this female reproductive system. So I have written over here that is the function, specific function of the female reproductive system. Number 1, that is the gametogenesis. Gametogenesis or gamete formation. Next is the fertilization, pregnancy, birth and childcare. Particularly in case of female reproductive system, the gametogenesis is occur in case of pair of ovaries. Ovaries are the particular place where the gametes are produced and the female gametes, egg or ovum, are prepared over there. The second method is the ovulation. After the formation of the egg or the ovum, this egg will released into a particular part of the female reproductive system, that is the process of release of the ovum from the ovary is called ovulation. The formation of the female gamete is called gametogenesis, or it is, in our previous class we have discussed that in case of male it is called spermatogenesis, and in case of female it is called oogenesis. So particularly oogenesis is occur in case of ovaries. Because we are talking about the female reproductive part, the oogenesis seen in case of female ovaries. Second method is, the second important function is the ovulation or the release of the ovum from the ovary to the fallopian tube. Next, the third one is fertilization. It is a process of fusion of male and female gamete. That means if there is only the gametogenesis occur, it will not work, or it has no any result for the future generation unless until it doesn't undergo this proper process, that is the fertilization or the fusion of male and female gametes. So for this particular process, the female reproductive system have a particular part in the oviduct. The particular part in the oviduct, that is called ampulla, ampullary isthmic part of the oviduct or the fallopian tube, where the fertilization occur and the fusion produce the zygote. Now to the next step or the next function of the female reproductive system is the pregnancy. Pregnancy, as we have discussed in our previous class, the different phases of the reproduction or the phases of reproductive system, one of the most important phase is the pregnancy, or it is the gestation period. This gestation period is the time period to carry the baby inside in the female body. The carrying of the for the embryonic development of the fetus, the carrying condition of the baby or the gestation period or pregnancy is seen in case of female reproductive system. It is one of the most specific function of the female reproductive system. Next, after the gestation period is over, the birth of the fetus occurs. The birth is done by the particular organ, that is the cervix. Through the cervical canal, the birth of the baby occurs, that is called birth canal. Now, after the birth of the fetus or after the birth of the baby, special child care done by this female reproductive system by providing the nutrition from the mammary gland by the release of milk, that is called lactation. So, here these are the specific function of the female reproductive system, starting from the oogenesis or the gametogenesis, formation of gametes, ovulation or the release of egg or the ovum from the ovaries, fertilization or the fusion of the two male and female gametes for the formation of the zygote, and which in later on produce the embryo. Carrying or the time period to carry the baby, that is called gestation period, or the pregnancy or carrying of the baby occur inside in the female womb, or that is the uterus. Next specific function done by this female reproductive system, that is the birth of the baby. Next, the lactation or the child care. Now come to the different parts of the female reproductive system. What are the different parts? Before going to different parts, we need to know about the total structure of female reproductive system. So we have to know what is the structure, what is the total structure. As we previously have discussed, in case of male reproductive system, the total structure comprising of the both primary and secondary sex organ. Here also I make a board for the female reproductive system. We need to prepare the total structure of the female reproductive part. The female having the primary sex organ, so here I have drawn the structure of the female reproductive system, which having the following regions over here. Similarly, in this side, particular region. Here this is the parts which provide the connecting from that of the These are the particular sections or region seen in case of female uterus. So here I have like a board of the total figure of female reproductive system. So I have told you that what are the different sex organs over here. Here the two ovaries, a pair of ovaries are the primary sex organ, ovary. Then from this ovary, the total structure is called oviduct, or this is otherwise called fallopian tube. This oviduct or the fallopian tube. Now, here the total inverted vessel-like structure is called uterus. It is a pierced structure that is called uterus. Several different parts also found in case of oviduct. The part which or the tube which is attached to the uterine region, that is called the part of this oviduct, is called uterine part of oviduct. Then from the uterus or from the uterine part up to the ampullar region, this portion of the oviduct is called isthmus. Then the widest part of this oviduct is called ampulla, and the funnel-like structure next lower to the oviduct is called infundibulum. And at last, or the lower part of the infundibulum or that funnel-like structure, that part are called finger-like sections are called fimbriae. So these are the different parts of the oviduct. That means if we will starting from the uterine part up to the ovarian structure, the parts are called the fallopian tube or the oviduct. This oviduct comprising of the following different parts, starting from the uterine part or the attachment of the uterus, the parts of the oviduct is called the uterine part. Next, from the uterine part, then from the uterine part, another narrowest part is there, that is called isthmus. After the isthmus, the widest part where the fertilization occur or the fusion of the two gametes, male and female gametes occur, is called ampulla. And after the ampulla region, another funnel-like structure, this is the funnel-like structure, is called infundibulum. Then from the infundibulum, it looks like a finger-like structure which is looking like that it able to carry the primary sex organ or the ovary in a particular position. That is finger-like projection is called the fimbriae. So there are 5 different parts in case of oviduct or the fallopian tube. Now come to the next vessel, inverted vessel shape structure or the pierced structure. If we are talking about the particular pier, it is in inverted manner, the pier shape, vessel shape structure, that is called the uterus. The total inverted structure is called uterus. And this uterus having these following parts. The upper part of the uterus is called fundus. And the middle part is called body of the uterus. And at the lower part, it is called cervix. And lower to the cervix, these are the irregular transverse sections of this part is called vagina. And lower to the vagina, the opening is called vaginal orifice. And students, you have to remember one thing, that this vagina is open in both the direction. That is open to the interior and it also open to the exterior. So, the opening which is carried towards the cervical canal, towards the internal structure of the reproductive organ is called internal OS. And which is open to the exterior of the body is called external OS. So, and here it is the vaginal orifice. This stand-like structure present over here is called hymen. We have to know what is that hymen, or it is a thick membrane. It is a very thin membrane found partially cover the vaginal orifice. If we were going to take the cross section of this vaginal orifice, the total opening of the vaginal orifice is partially covered by a thin membrane that is called the hymen. But what we are taking over here? We are taking the longitudinal section of this vaginal orifice. Here it is a tube-like structure. If we are going to take the cross section of this, it looks like here. Here it is the vaginal opening and it is partially covered by a thin layer of membrane. This is called the hymen. So, if you are taking a longitudinal section, it looks like this stand-like structure. So, here it is the womb or the uterus, and this uterus consisting of thick muscular structure. This muscular structure of uterus is consisting of three different types of tissue. Number one, the uterus first of all consisting of outer peritoneal covering. This peritoneal covering, outer peritoneal cavity or the covering is called, this part of the uterus is called perimetrium. It is a peritoneal covering of this vase-like structure. Next, inner to the peritoneal covering, another muscular covering is present over here. Another muscular covering is present over here. These are the muscular part. This muscular covering is called myometrium. This muscular part denoted by the yellow dotted is called myometrium, and with this violet color or this color is perimetrium. Next, inner to this myometrium, myowire is used for the particular type of muscle over here, the type of smooth muscle used to prepare the myometrium. Inner to this myometrium, here the transverse section, transverse region of this wavy like structure is called endometrium. This wavy structure is called endometrium. So, in case of this female uterine part, the female uterine wall consisting of three different types of structures. Number one, the outermost covering or the outermost layer of the female uterus is called the peritoneal covering or the peritoneal cavity, that is called perimetrium. Inner to this perimetrium, another muscular structure is present there, that is called the myometrium. And inner to the myometrium, another transverse sections like structure, convoluted structure are called the endometrium. These are particularly consisting of much of glands, blood vessels and tissue. So, this structure, these three different types of structure or the special type of layer which is able to produce the wall of the uterus. It is the structure which is able to carry the future fetus or the embryo up to the 9 month of gestation period. So, continuous thickening of the endometrial wall makes the baby easily attached to the uterine wall. And when there is no pregnancy, when there is no any fertilization process, this endometrial wall is going to degradated by the particular phenomenon or by the particular phase seen in case of female is called menstrual cycle. It is the periodic cycle or the periodic changes occur by the degradation of this endometrial wall or the degradation of the particular tissue, glands and blood vessel in regular interval. So, here the baby carrying structure of the female reproductive part. Lower to this, that means this female reproductive part or the vessel-like structure is called uterus or womb or hystera, that consisting of three basic structures. The upper dome-shaped structure, this upper part of the uterus is called fundus, fundic region of the uterus, or it is called the fundus. So, inner to the fundic region, the middle part of the uterine structure is called the body of the uterus. Here starting from the fundic region, here it is the body of the uterus. Lower to the body of the uterus, it having a narrow canal-like structure. That narrow canal-like structure is called cervix or the cervical canal, or it is also known as the birth canal. Now, lower to the birth canal, the another tube of about 10 to 14 centimeter in length, that region or the tube-like structure is called the vagina. This vagina is highly convoluted inside or irregular like wall-like structure is called vaginal rube. Now, this vagina is open, as I have told you that there are two openings. One is to the internal and another to the external. The internal opening towards the cervical canal is called internal OS, and when it opens to exterior, that is called external OS. Here it is written. So, it is also, and the opening is called the vaginal orifice. It is partially covered by a thin membrane is called the hymen, and this thin membrane is called the hymen. So it is the total structure of the female reproductive system. Again I am repeat that the female reproductive system consisting of the primary sex organ, that is the pair of ovaries which is present at each side of the uterus or the female reproductive part. These are the two almond shaped structure constitute about 4 to 5 centimeter in size. They are attached with the uterine wall. They are attached with the uterine wall with a particular ligament that is called ovarian ligament. Here it is placed in its fixed position with the help of a ligament that is called the ovarian ligament, and these two ovaries is then again connected with another tube-like structure. This tube-like structure is called the fallopian tube, and this ovary is mixed attached with the pelvic cavity or the pelvic region of the female body by the help of another ligament that is called mesovarium. Mesovarium, and with the help of this ovarian ligament, by the help of this ovarian ligament and mesovarium, the ovary has its particular fixed position. So after the primary sex organ, if we are talking about the secondary sex organ, this secondary sex organ constituting of first oviduct, the fallopian tube, here it is starting attached from the uterus up to the ovary. This oviduct consisting of the following parts, 5 different parts I have written over here. The nearer to the uterus or the uterine part, that is called uterine part of the oviduct. Then from this uterine part, the next attachment or the narrowest part of the oviduct is called isthmus. Next, another question may be asked you as in your 1 mark question, that is the widest part of the oviduct or where the fertilization is occur. This is the part is called ampulla. Or particularly if we are specifically talking about the fertilization process, the ampullary ischemic region of the oviduct is responsible for the fusion of the gametes or where the fertilization is going to taking place. So next uterine part, isthmus, and next is the ampullary part. Next another funnel-like structure is present over here that is called the infundibulum, and after the infundibulum a finger-like structure lying to carry present to carry the ovary is known as the fimbriae. So the 5 different parts of oviducts are uterine part, isthmus, ampulla, infundibulum, and fimbriae. Next another secondary sex organ is called the uterus. Uterus is otherwise called is the baby home or the home, first preparation of the baby or the resting of the baby. Here it is a inverted pier strap structure, inverted vessel-like structure which having the following parts. Upper dome shaped structure is called the fundus. Middle hollow structure, it is a hollow vessel like structure. Middle hollow structure is called the body of the uterus. Here I have written the body of the uterus. Then lower to the body, the canal like structure, narrowest part of the uterus is called the cervix, cervix, cervix. Another next secondary sex organ is your vagina, that is a tube like structure, arises from the cervix of the uterus and opens to the exterior. The tube like structure which is irregularly thickened wall inside there is called the vagina, and the vagina opens to the exterior by an particular opening is called vaginal orifice. So this is all about the female reproductive system in diagrammatic way.